Well, hello and welcome to the bathroom of the dollhouse for another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers for August 15th, the day of the massive heat index, at least where I am. No, not really. Hey, it is the day of royal command. That's right, and here we have us, an image for your representation of the day. What could it be? Well, it's a camel's head atop some royal leaves, I guess you could say, to make one of them special coat of arms. The Joe Camel head, it kind of looks like. Is that an appropriate representation? Who's to say? But it's an interesting one nonetheless. Hey, is that August 15th and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to extend you a heartfelt happy birthday. And if this video finds you, well, long or shortly after your birthday has already come and gone, well, I hope you had a happy birthday. But for everyone else who's just joining us randomly, I want to extend to you a hello and a welcome, and hope you enjoy yourself. All right, hey, before we dive in with the birthday read proper, real quick, let's roll some dice. This is the DykASSt birthday cast, so we got to live up to the namesake, and more importantly, we got to do it for synchronicity. That's right, and we rolled us 4 and a 1 for a 5. That's right, 4 and a 1 for a 5. Now, for those of you who don't know what synchronicity is, I probably don't myself, but I'll try to break it down best I know it. It's basically you just going out into the world and looking for your numbers. Your 1 and your 4, 4 or 5. And when you see those numbers, well, you just chase after them. Maybe you see yourself a temperature sign off the side of the road and it relates a heat index of 541, because that's what it feels like. And obviously that's an error, but, or maybe it isn't if you live in Texas or some such place. Death Valley, if you like. But in any event, the point is you chase that number. I don't know how you would chase after a temperature sign. Maybe it's in the parking lot of some game shop, and you're like, well, I haven't been one of those in a while. And you go in there, and oh, hey, there's a game that's priced at your number. You know, maybe $5.41. Boom, pick it up, and maybe you just fall in love with that game. And hey, what are you out? $5.41. Now, the likelihood of that are slim to none, but who's to say? It's just the universe putting things down for you, and you following them. Either way, you're bound to have some fun. But with that massive heat index, I wouldn't blame you if and you don't. That's right. Okay, hey, no screwing around. You got your numbers. You get the point. 4 and a 1 for 5. So let's dive in with your birthday. How about that? 5 is part of your day, the 15th. I didn't even notice that. All right, here nor there. August is your month. Your day is the 15th. Your sign is 21 to 23 degrees Leo of the Leo 3 period specifically, and your quality and element is fixed fire. All right, August 15th, the day of royal command. The commanding personages born on August 15th are born leaders. Their expansive royal approach betokens a lifestyle which does not admit of miserliness, selfishness, or commonness. Those born on this day are not overly concerned with petty details, choosing instead to focus on the broad line. The big show. Presenting a regal and noble face to the world is essential to them, and they will do what is necessary to preserve their dignity. Those born on this day can often be found at the head of a family, business, or social group, and are indeed most comfortable when they are in a seat of power. Many born on August 15th are not aware of their impartial nature, and though to those close to them it is often all too apparent. Women born on August 15th must be worshipped and adored. Their house is their palace, all right? And their husband a king, and their children princes and princesses. Men born on this day seek to command others on a financial, social, or family level, and as such must be obeyed without question. And those born on this day whose personalities display large doses of kindness and acceptance, affection and warmth are indeed unusual and highly evolved souls. For the most part, however, those last mentioned qualities are not basic to the August 15 character, but must be cultivated and encouraged. That is not to say that August 15 people are inherently ruthless or unkind. It is just that their powerful and golden Leonian energy sweeps away everything before it, overwhelming as a mighty wave that doesn't ask permission of ships or shells. It is a great challenge for August 15 people to keep their surplus energy under control and to develop the fine art of discrimination and attention to detail. They must also learn to deal with each individual they meet on a personal level, to listen, be sympathetic, and try to understand their point of view. The heavy expectations August 15 people place on themselves and others may also be a problem. Children of August 15 people can feel great pressure to succeed, either consciously or unconsciously, and mates can well buckle under the strain of rigorous standards. And those born on this day must learn real teamwork, subjugating their strong egos to the interests of the group, because any cramping of their independent, freewheeling style is generally met with stubborn resistance. They must be appealed to with tact and care, and inside they are often quite soft and sentimental, loving admiration and affection of all sorts. If one can keep on their good side, one may never see the tyrant that dwells within, and generally the lion or lioness is happy when well fed emotionally. Well, all right, let's dive into the notes, see what I had to say about the breakdown. And already I know I didn't read this thing close enough. I myself didn't pay attention to the finer details. I must have missed a word or two when I was preparing these. And I'll just read it as it is and we'll talk about it later. You'll probably pick up on it. Born leaders with commanding personages. Oh, how about that, big show? You big show, you? You're not here to show miserliness in your royal command, but the broad line, all right? Not selfishness either. I reckon that's rather a thin razor's edge to walk. Presentation, maintaining your dignity, while exuding a regal and noble air, even if not apparent. While exuding, what did I say? Not apparent. So quite the inherent natural ability if you accomplish as much naturally. And all as you advance toward your position of power to be obeyed without question. You know, one might not be faulted for assuming a big ego with this kind of description, all right? But the breakdown conveys a display of kindness, acceptance, affection, and warmth. At least for the higher evolved, right? Okay, so apparently the color of your Leonian energy is gold, all right? Naturally. But, speaking of royalty, shouldn't it be purple? No matter. How about the mighty wave metaphor for your power? Huh? Must be nice to have so much energy that the reading has to emphasize to keep your surplus in check, right? Probably why they suggest being sympathetic to others and focusing on the finer details. So much voltage has the potential to not only shock others, but to blow out those lower amperage bulbs, a point they make with partners and children, all right? Something they don't mention all the time, so maybe something to be mindful of. That said, they do make mention of big egos. Further down the read there, ostensibly for the lesser evolved, okay? And keeping them in check, the big egos, that is. Let's see, a worthy practice for even the higher evolved, by my mind, as even considering humility is a practice of maintaining it. All right, hey, what did I miss there in the notes? Well, at first, I made it sound like, these people are kind and collected and not big egos. But then later on, I missed something because they said maybe they don't have those qualities and they got to work on them. But let's just go with how I broke it down. You're kind and caring and this and that, and you're still Mr. Big Show or Mrs. Big Show, right? Hey, either way, it's all of us have egos of some sort. It's a good practice to try and keep it in check. So, and be kind to others and all that good stuff. And I know you're like, kindness. But hey, you know what? Do unto others and all that. It'll come back to you. Hopefully. All right, let's get into your numbers and your planets. Those born on the 15th of the month are ruled by the number 6. Oh, we rolled us a 5, didn't we? As 1 plus 5 equals 6. And by the planet Venus. All right, those ruled by the number 6 tend to be charismatic and even inspire worship in others. Complementing the above-mentioned capacity of August 15 people to offer leadership, since Leo is ruled by the sun. August 15 people tend to be Sun-Venus types, aggressive socially, and in matters of love. Well, all right. What I had to say about your numbers and your planets. There wasn't really a lot there, but I think I drilled down on it a little bit. Let's see what I got here. Boom, numbers, planets. The number 6 and the planet Venus, inspiring worship in others and a tendency to be charismatic. Perhaps even inspiring this royal capacity, I might say. Some of this might inspire that. And as it has been with the sun rulership of Leo, I only continue to notice a variety of interesting dynamics for the people of this particular zodiac period. They're not all like you, mind you, but they have their own interesting things. And I would argue that the sun's rulership is the common denominator. So it helps for such the eclectic variety of swings in convention. So maybe it's something to be mindful of, the power of the sun. In fact, I would argue it's something to be mindful of. So maybe something to look into. All right, that's what I had to say about your numbers and your planets. Look out for your Leo sign. You might notice something interesting. All right, hey, let's dive in with your tarot. The more eclectic of the metaphysical ideologies, but it's fun, it's free, it's in the book. Let's see what it has to say, all right? The 15th card of the major arcana is the Devil. That's right, Big Show. The other Big Show. All right. It indicates a fear-desire dynamic working where sexual attraction, irrationality, and passion are concerned. All right. The Devil holds us slave through our need for security and money. And he represents our base nature grasping for security. All right. He controls us through the irreconcilable differences which exist in our male-female nature. And the positive sides of this card is sexual attraction and the expression of passionate desires. But the card reminds us that although we are bound to our bodies, our spirits are free to soar. All right, what do I have to say about your tarot? I got a little bit into character there, a little bit of passion, if you like. But it's kind of fun sometimes. The Devil, dollars to deep-fried day-old dry donuts. Most Venus rulerships draw the Lover's card. Oh, but not you, Big Show. No, sir. So, or ma'am. Sure, it seems as though that's the integral factor, the love aspect on account of Venus, but the Devil would suggest a much deeper-seated influence and concern. So be mindful of the dissonance between your male and female polarities and the more corporeal concerns. Corporeal being of the body, the more earthly. Incorporeal being your spiritual stuff there. But you probably knew that anyway. I needed to go to a philosophy class to learn that word. So unless you don't mind being a slave to earthly concerns, that is. A lot of us are, and it isn't the worst of things, all things considered. Right? It's something you got to deal with. But there is value in rising above it, if and you're open to it. All right. And we all just have to learn that at some point, right? Right. Yeah, you probably disagree. Or you don't. Who's to say? Let's move on to your health. All right. Your health. The expansive attitude August 15 people display toward the world often includes all sorts of lavish tastes. And this can cause health problems when eating habits know no bounds. Not only obesity, but cardiovascular problems can result from a diet over-rich in delicious sugars and fats. An effort should be made to restrict the harmful elements of such a diet without eliminating the enjoyment through healthy food choices. All right. Regular, quite vigorous exercise is recommended, from horseback riding to competitive sports or full-scale aerobics. And those are Those who are inactive should, of course, gradually work to such a level and not overdo it. That's some parentheticals there. An ongoing sexual relationship is a big plus. All right. All in all, the passion for life is there, but August 15th, Leonian instincts must be tamed a bit if those born on this day are to live a long and happy life. All right. What I have to say about your health? Lavish tastes, which lends to the seemingly unhealthy eating habits. So, too much sodium from all that royal caviar, no doubt. Not to mention the boutique breads and designer cheeses to go with your dried and seasoned meats there. And that's what royalty eats, right? Kings and queens? I don't know. You probably would, not me. Anyway, moderation there, okay, Big Show? So be sure to exercise your horse in that case. That's what it seems like. And sneak in a little bit of temper in the, what does it say here? Oh, I like how they sneak in the tempering of this if you are to live a long and lasting life. So your life of extravagance apparently requires burning the candle at both ends and riding that horse hard and putting it away wet. So maybe, take her easy on that steed sometime and towel it off when you're done. All right? I think that's the takeaway. Provided you want to run a long race, right? You want to keep enjoying that caviar and the boutique breads and designer cheeses, right? Well, gotta ride your horse sometime, I think. All right, hey, let's dive in with some advice. All right. Your place cannot be first in every line, okay? Learn to cooperate with your fellow human beings and beware of an excessive desire to control, and adoration. Listen carefully to what people say when they try to explain their feelings. Yucky. Ugh. I don't wanna. All right, hey, what do I have to say about your advice? You can't be first in every line, but you can certainly try, right? Yes, you can. But hey, yeah, try to lay down the crown and scepter on occasion, all right? Do it from time to time. There is value in commiserating with the peasants, if you like. They have fun and insights too, right? They know where all the bordellos are and such, the ones you wouldn't go to normally, where they maybe have a little bit more bargain basement beers to wet your whistle with. Just kidding. Or am I? Who's to say that that's that way on Game of Thrones anyhow? That's where all the royalty goes. They sneak out in the night to go meander with the peasants. So there must be some value in it. All right, hey, let's move on to your meditation. All right. Love involves acceptance of the inextricability of law. Let me try that one again. Love involves acceptance of the inextricability of law. That's just for you. I don't have a breakdown for it, so it's your birthday, your meditation. Love involves acceptance of the inextricability of law. All right, hey, let's move on. Your strengths and your weaknesses. What weaknesses? That's right. Well, there are some here. We got your strengths. You're commanding, you're decisive, and you're expansive. And your weaknesses, are you ready? Over-aggressive and insensitive. You can handle that, right? That's right. Overly aggressive, come on now. Insensitive, well, naturally. Okay. Isn't everybody? Right. Okay, let's dive into those born on this day. So we can see who shares your company in event, right? I'm just dropping stuff over here. A lot of people, that I talk to on occasion, they just, they don't really have a path in this life that they can identify in a way, try as they might. So they're not really happy with things. And, they just haven't been able to put the work in to figure out what it is they want to spend their life doing, what makes them truly happy. So I just figured, if I could relate these people who were born on this day, see what lottery you have, and knowing everything that we came away from with the reading, maybe for the folks out there that are struggling with that, which, who's to assume it's you, but it could be. Now you get an idea of what some of these other folks did in their lives. And sometimes they're famous, so, let's take a look. Let's see. Not my most eloquent way of putting that copy, but hey, let's dive into it, all right? Born on this day. We're starting off strong but small. Can you guess? That's right, Napoleon Bonaparte. How about that for royal command? All right, he was a Corsican-born French emperor, military commander, and established the Napoleonic Code, and he died in exile. We also have Menachem Begin, an Israeli prime minister, Nobel Peace Prize winner for historic accord with Egypt. We also have Shimon Peres, was an Israeli prime minister also. Frederick William I, Prussian, Sir Walter Scott, the Scottish novelist of Ivanhoe and a poet. We also have Gertie R. Corey, a U.S. biochemist and the first woman to win the Nobel Prize for Medicine. We also have Prince Louis de Broglie, probably close there, it's French sounds like, Nobel Prize winning physicist and wave nature of the electron. There you go, be an electron physicist if you can't find your passion. We got James Keir Hardie, was a Scottish politician, a British Labour Party founder. We also have Princess Anne, daughter of Queen Elizabeth II, Sultana Aga Khan III, wife of Aga Khan, a French hotel keeper's daughter. Apparently. We have Ethel Barrymore, stage and film actress. We also have Oscar Peterson, a jazz pianist, composer. Julia Child, the food writer, TV chef. We also have Edna Ferber, a novelist of So Big. We have Lillian Carter, the U.S. President's mother, businesswoman, Peace Corps volunteer. We have Siri Aurobindo, an Indian spiritual teacher, mystic philosopher, and a poet. Who else do we have here? Nicholas Roeg, I'm guessing, R-O-E-G, Roeg, British film director of Performance and the Man Who Fell to Earth. We also have Gene Upshaw. I've heard that name, but I'm not sure who it is. Oakland Raiders football lineman and NFL player union head. We also have Gianfranco Ferre, an Italian fashion designer. We have Mohammed Abushadi, Egyptian banker and president, International Bankers Association. And that has been those born on this day. Your season is summer. Your sign, once again, is Leo, of the Leo 3 period specifically, and your quality and elements is fixed fire. And this has been August 15th, the day of royal commands. From The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Hugh Stelfers. I'm going to link this down in the description there if you want to pick up your own copy and support the channel in the same action. I'd appreciate it if you do, and I'm sure the authors would love you buying another copy of their book, even though there's more than 1 million of them sold. Any event, I just want to once again relate, happy birthday, okay? If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. What else? For everyone else who joined us out of curiosity, hope you enjoyed yourself and you join us for your birthday. Once again, your daily numbers, a 4 and a 1 for a 5. Get out there, sweat your body off there, and, make sure you hydrate if you do that. But find your numbers and see what the universe has in store for you. See what kind of path it leads you on, all right? Could be fun, who's to say. All right, keep your color purple, I guess. All right, happy birthday.